Every week, there are lessons in our Torah portion. Sometimes they're words and stories. This week, the lesson is taking place in a letter. So this week is the famous giving over of the blessings. Isaac received the blessings of spiritual and material wealth from Abraham and was going to give it over to his children, to, he thought, Esav. It ended up being, there was a ruse, and Jacob ended up taking it. And it was a big deal. Esav was upset. Jacob took the blessings. Like, this blessing was the baton. This was it. This was God's giving of material wealth and spiritual wealth, of leadership. This is the blessing that the boys fought over, that Jacob ran away from, and that for the rest of their lives, there was tension, so to speak, between those two brothers because of this one blessing. And if you look at the blessing, you'll see that the first thing out of Isaac's mouth is a grammar mistake. The blessing, the most beautiful words, right? The Declaration of Independence was written grammatically perfectly. Isaac, you would think, speaks in a way that is grammatically proper. And the first word out of his mouth is grammatically incorrect. The first word of the blessing is v'yiten lecha. God should give you. And then he tells what he's giving him to do with the heaven and leadership, whatever. The commentators jump in and go, wait. V'yiten, ve is and. And God should give? Wait. Who starts a sentence with and? I know that. That's like fourth grade English. You don't start a sentence with and. He should have said, yiten lecha. God gives you. Later, if you want to add stuff, put it on the back end. Yiten, and God gives. There's nothing beforehand. How in the world did this blessing, this famous blessing, start off with a mistake? It wasn't a mistake. It was wisdom and brilliance, of course. Come on. One letter, the vav, the and. No mistake. I remember when I was younger, I was in Israel for the year, and we were out to dinner once, and there was a kid with us who, we were eating dinner. He said, I'm going to cover it, guys. We weren't going to fight with him. Waiter comes by, hands him the credit card. Waiter swipes the card, gives it back. Said, thanks. He said, my parents don't even know. We said, okay. So my parents gave me the credit card when I was 11th grade, and they haven't even looked at a bill yet. He said, wow. I guess his parents either have incredible amounts of money or whatever it is. And I'll never forget the next words out of his mouth. Usually after that, it's, yeah, I'm pretty lucky. I get to spend whatever I want, whenever I want. He said, I kind of wish every once in a while they would look at the bills and call. And it was an amazing moment sitting in that restaurant, watching a kid who was given everything. But what he wanted more than the money his parents gave him was his parents. The credit card was a symbol to him of whatever, do what you want. He wished his parents would have every once in a while said, hey, what'd you spend for dinner? Because at least he would have had his parents. Isaac gives the blessings to Jacob, and Isaac says, you're going to get everything. But here's the thing. If God gives it to you like a credit card, you know what you're going to lose? God. Because you're going to start to condition yourself to have it all. You're never going to need him. You're never going to turn to him. So you'll have material wealth, and you'll even have spiritual wealth, but you'll never look up. You'll never need. So you know what the blessing is going to be? V'yitin lecha. And he will give, which means he's not giving it all to you. He'll give. If you look at what Rashi says, and he'll give, and he'll give, and he'll give. This came from the words of Rabbi Biederman. I read it in his weekly booklet today. He's going to give you a little bit, and then you're going to need, and then he'll give you some more. And then you're going to need, and he'll give you some more. It won't be giving. It'll be and giving. And giving means a little and a little and a little. Do you know why? Because if I give you a little at a time, you're going to need. And when you need, you're going to look up. And when you look up, you're going to have me. And that's the real blessing. We go through our lives and we think that blessing is when God just gives to us. Sometimes the blessing is when God holds back a little bit so that it reminds us to look up to him. And when we consistently look up to him, we don't only get the thing that we want, we get him. We don't have God to fulfill our needs. We have needs to find God. And when we look at our lives and we recognize that the needs that I have really are opportunities to connect to God, then we're living a life of blessing. Because the greatest blessing we can have is the relationship with our Father in heaven. That's the blessing. And so in this week's Torah portion, that one little letter, Vav, Isaac gives Jacob the blessing and says, you're going to have everything, but let me tell you the greatest piece. It's going to be and giving. You're going to have, and then you're going to have, and you're going to have, because then not only will you have material success and spiritual success, you'll have something even more. You'll have a relationship with God.